Ladies and gentlemen, the regular session of the Sangguniang Panglungsod is about to commence. Everyone, please rise.
As the elected City Vice Mayor and the presiding officer, this 7th regular session is now called to order. Roll call, please.
The members of the Sangguniang Panglungsod, Honorable Michael Gerard T. Morada, Honorable Galileo P. Angeles, Honorable Jennifer Spitey Toledo, Honorable Oscar M. Gozos II, Honorable Rio Fernicol H. Ronquillo, Honorable Venice D. Manalo, Honorable Miguel Pilina III, Honorable Merlo P. Silva, Honorable Avior R. Rocafort, Honorable Ralph Peter S. Umali, Honorable Aris D. Macala, Honorable Percival V. Lojo, Honorable Windy P. Lat, Honorable Angela Antoinette B. Bautista, and the presiding officer, Honorable City Vice Mayor Camille Angeline M. Lopez.
Do we have a quorum?
We have a quorum.
May I request the Honorable Angela Antoinette Bautista for the leading of the invocation and the singing of the national anthem.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord, in the name of the Father, and the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, we are here to discuss topics that will benefit the people in our community and our city. Come and give us the wisdom to make the right decisions, and let us not make rash decisions, but decisions based on solving problems of your children. Be our leader during this session, and give us direction, and let us not think with our own interest. Open our eyes to solutions, and help us make our country great. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Itaas po natin ang ating kanang kamay at ilagay sa kaliwang bahagi ng dibdib at sumabay po sa pag-awit ng lupang hinirang.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Good morning to everyone, to the members of the August Body, to the Secretariat, to all the staffs, and to all the visitors. We now proceed with our privilege. Honorable Silva is recognized.
Madam Chair, magandang umaga ho at sa aking mga kasama. Madam Chair, sa akin ng pag-ikot-ikot sa ating barangay ay marami ho tayong mga kababayan na dumaraing ho dahil Madam Chair, kuminsan ho ang problema, may mga anak ho sila na hindi ho makapagsalita, nahirapan magsalita at ang iba naman ho ay medyo hindi ho makarinig. Dito ho sa atin, Madam Chair, ay dati hindi ko alam. ay dati ay meron hong classroom na kung saan ho atin mga diverse individual, yung mga speech diverse individuals ay pumapasok ko dyan. Hindi ko ho alam ngayon kung ito ho ay nabubuhay pa or ito ho ay kasalukuyan nag-ooperate pa at sino baga ang nagastos ho sa eskwelahan ngayon. Kaya Madam Chair, siguro it's about time na tayo mismo, madami na pondo ang city government, ay magkaroon ho tayo ng isang learning institute for speech diverse individuals upang sa ganun ho ay itong sektor na ito, itong mga bata na nangangailangan ho ng tulong na ito ay magkaroon naman ho ng magandang kinabukasan. Kaya siguro, Madam Chair, ay ito'y may repair sa tamang komitiba at na mapag-aralan ito. At siguro, ito na ho panahon na itong mga batang ito na siguro kita natin, naaawa tayo, pero dapat anong aksyon ang dapat natin gawin? Natatandaan ko nung ako ho ay, nung tayo ho ay namimigay ng mga bag for daycare and kinder, ay lagi ho tayong, si Sir Micah, lagi ho may inilalaan diyan na numbers of bag para po sa mga batang pumapasok ko dyan. Pero ngayon wala na ho akong balita, wala akong idea kung nag-ooperate pa po. Kaya tamang-tama ngayon, ito ang panahon na magkaroon ho tayo dito ng isang learning institute para po sa mga bata ho yan. Kaya please refer to the proper committee.
Thank you, Honorable Silva. Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on PWD.
Isa pa rin, Madam Chair, alam mo nyo, paunlad na lang paunlad ang lungsod ng Lipa. Tunay ho, wala na ho makakapigil sa kaunlaran ng lungsod ng Lipa. At dadagsa na ho na magkakaroon ho na madaming kondo, madaming pabrika, kabi-kabila na ho. Nandyan na ho ang mga future development. Pero sa pag-unlad ho ng lungsod ng Lipa, nasa na ho kaya ang marami nating kababayan na mahihirap? Ano ho ang magiging katayuan ng ating mga kababayang yan? Kaya siguro, Madam Chair, ay panahon na rin na bigyan ho natin ng atensyon. Let us focus sa kanilang ikinabubuhay at nakita ko rin ho, marami rin ho ang umaasa dun ho sa ayuda na binibigay ng ating pamahalaan na masakit man hong tanggapin, siguro yung ating naobserbahan na sa akin yung pananaw, sarili ko lang ang pananaw ito, ay nagdudulot din ng kawalang pag-asa bagamat nagkakaroon ng ayuda. Ano yung sinasabi ko po na kawalan ng pag-asa? Umaasa, ibig sabihin ay para bagang hindi na maghangad pa ng lalong mas magandang buhay at dito na lamang po sa ayuda, parang dito na lamang po nakasalalay. At karamihan pa nga, yung iba ho, pagka malapit ng magbigayan ng ayuda, lalo na yung mga purpose, ang iba, isinasangla na yung mga card at kung minsan ho, ipinagsusugal na. So, tingnan natin, ano ang kulang? Ano ang tunay na faktor? Bakit ganan? Sa akin tingin, Madam Chair, ay ulitin ko ho. May isa ho akong programa na pwedeng ma-adapt po natin. Yung one product, one barangay. Matagal ko na ho itong sinasabi. At ito siguro, nung unang taon ko dito sa Sangguniang, sinabi ko na ho ito. Dahil itong idea ko, tingnan ho nyo, Robinson, Fiesta Mall, SM, saan sila namimili ng gulay? Sino nagdi-deliver? Yung Dison Farm, ulitin ko. Sino yung Dison Farm? Taga Bulacan. Ang aking ibig sabihin, no, kung tayong mga Tagalipa ang nagtatanim at tayo ang nagbebenta sa mga SM Robinson, kakainin ng Tagalipa, bibilhin ay produkto ng Tagalipa. So, nakakatulong tayo sa nakumita ang ating mga kababayan. Halimbawa ho, gawin natin iba-ibang distrito o iba-ibang barangay, iba-ibang gulay. Dahil sinasabi ko nga ho, tayo mga Tagalipa ay may sakit. Gaya-gaya. Madami ho. 90% siguro ng Tagalipa ang sakit. Gaya-gaya. Kung ano yung nakita, gagayanin. Kaya, kung ano yung negosyo, gagayanin, pagbagsak, ay di puro nga. Oho. Katulad doon na rin. Kung ayaw magtanim, pwede naman, manahe. Madaming mananahe. Halimbawa, sa barangay, gayon, ito ho ay puro kay short, ang tahiin ninyo. Para walang gaya-gaya, iba-ibang produkto. Sa barangay na yun, puro kay damit. Sa barangay na yun, puro kay brief. Sa barangay na yun, puro kayo pante. Sa gayon, puro kayo pantalon. Ibig sabihin, no, iba-ibang barangay, iba-ibang produkto. Sinong kikita? Kaya sa akin itong tingin, Madam Chair, palakasin natin ang kooperatiba. Ang kooperatiba, ang nakikita kong sagot. Ang kooperatiba sa ngayon, ano ang sitwasyon? Sa akin tingin, may mga pondo. Sinong pinauutang ng kooperatiba nating iyan? Yung mga, sa akin tingin, tama naman. Yung mga naka-establish na dahil sila lamang ang kayang magbayad o ibalik ang puhunan. Pero Madam Chair, ang kinakailangan natin, tulungan natin ang ating mga kababayan na kumita. Palakasin natin ang kooperatiba, dagdagan natin ang pondo ng kooperatiba, ating ipahiram o ating bilhin ang mga produkto ng ating mga kababayan. At tayo, ang kooperatibang iyan, ang siyang mag-deliver sa mga SM Robinson Fiesta Mall. At pag ito nangyari, dadayuhin tayo ng mga negosyante, maaaring mga taga-Baclaran, maaaring taga-Divisoria, dito pupunta sa Lipa. Bakit? Halimbawa, kinakailangan natin ng mga short. Saan ang barangay short? Dito. Saan ang barangay panty? Yun. Ibig sabihin, Madam Chair, ang mga taga-Lipa ay siyang magkakaroon ng pagkakakitaan. Palagay ko, sa pamagitan ho niyan, sa kalsinsabay ng pag-unlad ng lungsod na Lipa, ay umuunlad din ho ang bawat mamamayang Lipeño sa lungsod na Lipa. Kaya Madam Chair, siguro, malalim natin pagtuunan ng pansing ito, Madam Chair. Kaya please refer to the proper committee at nang ito na sa ganun ho ay magkaroon ho ng katuparan itong mga bagay na ito, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Cooperative.
Last ma'am. Okay. Ako yung may draft ordinance po dito. Ito naman ho, para ho palakasin natin ang tama-tama ho kay Gasal Mikey. Palakasin ho natin, ipromote ho ang economic development and investment dito po sa lungsod na Lipa. Kaya Madam Chair, sa inyong sa mga lamesa ho ninyo, meron ho akong draft ordinance, an ordinance creating the local economic development and investment promotion office in the city of Lipa and providing for its structure, function, and funding. Madam Chair, ito'y kailangan nun natin upang sa ganun ay makahikaya tayo na mas marami hong investor sa lungsod na Lipa. Dahil alam ho nating lahat, Madam Chair, sabi ko nga ho kanina, wala na hong makakapigil pa sa mangyayaring development pag-unlad na lungsod na Lipa. Dahil alam ko ho, Madam Chair, at ako'y naniniwala na ang disiplina at pagkakaisa, yan ho ang susi ng bawat kaunlaran ng bawat bayan. Kaya Madam Chair, please refer to the proper committee na sa ganun ho ay ma-aprobahan ho natin ang introduced ordinance po ito ng inyong lingkod. Please refer to the proper committee. Thank you.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Trade and Industry. Any other privilege? Honorable Toledo is recognized.
Wait lang. Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning to the August body. Madam Chair, I have a draft ordinance po na kung saan pwede pong pag-aralan ng ating Sangguniang Kabataan President na maari po nilang i-adopt sa kanila pong ginagawang mga programs and projects sa 72 barangays po, kung saan ang title po nito is an ordinance institutionalizing the seal of good youth governance for Sangguniang Kabataan in the City of Lipa and allocating funds for the purpose thereof. So, kumbaga, Madam Chair, magkakaroon po tayo dito ng local base na seal of good youth governance po na focus sa atin po mga Sangguniang Kabataan na kung saan meron pong point system na pwede pong gawain or doon po ang basis kung paano po sila mananalo ng atin pong Seal of Good Youth Governance, Madam Chair. So, I move po, Madam Chair, na ma-refer po ito sa committee po ng atin pong Sangguniang Kabataan. Thank you po.
Matter brought up is jointly referred to the Committee on Youth and the Committee on Appropriations. Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Madam Chair, ito po ay comment lang sa privilege speech ni Consel Merlo. Baka po kasi makapag-create na agad si Consel Mikey para lang po inform ang chairperson ng Committee on Trade. Tayo po ay nag-create ng Tourism Department ng LIPA. So, halos parehas lang po yung trabaho ng Local Economic Development and Investment Promotion Office. Pwede po natin, Madam Chair, na pagsamahin na lang kung mamarapatin ni Consel Merlo yun pong Economic Development and Investment Promotion sa Tourism Department, Madam Chair. Para po, isa lang po yung department na i-create po natin. Kung okay lang po kay... Division po to ng Tourism Department. Yo, Madam Chair. So, ang title po kasi noon, Lipa City Tourism Historical, Lipa City Tourism Cultural, Historical, and Investment Promotion Department. Madam Chair. Okay na.
Tingnan natin. Baka pwedeng dalawahin o pwedeng i-collaborate na ba? Pwedeng pag-separate. Paano maganda?
Okay po. Any other privilege?
Ay, open din yung avenue.
Honorable Morada is recognized.
Madam Chairwoman at mga kasama, magandang umaga. Madam Chair, this refers to ang ating ginawang ordinance last year regarding sa mga sari-sari store. Tax Ordinance number 5, exempting eligible sari-sari stores from the payment of mayor's permit fees, business taxes, and other regulatory fees. Gusto ko lang po maidagdag dito sa ordinance, magdagdagan ng section na mawala na ho ang deadline nito. Dahil wala rin naman na income ang city at para matulungan na rin itong mga maliliit na naghahanap buhay, kumbaga hindi na sila maisama sa deadline ng payment or pag-a-apply ng mayor's permit or renewal. Dahil wala rin naman itong income, kumbaga bibigyan lang natin sila ng certificate at para hindi na din sila makasabay dun sa volume ng tao na nagre-renew at hindi na rin mahirapan bumiyahe. Lalo na sila nanay, tatay na may maliit na sari-sari store, pupunta pa dito, wala namang babayaran, pero kailangan pa nilang sumabay sa volume at dami ng pila ng mga nagre-renew during the time of renewal ng mayor's permit. So, Madam Chair, I would like to add a section here na wala na pong deadline ang payment na ang application ng mga exempted, na eligible exempted sari-sari store owners. Ma-refer ito sa committee at mamaya may urgent po natin, Madam Chair, para may sama na.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Trade and Industry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other privilege? Okay, Honorable Silva is recognized.
Pasensya na, Madam Chair, sa mga kasama. Ito ay may sulat ho, galing ho kay Miss Nemesia Bantatwa, head po ng PIBAO Batangas, Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, Madam Chair. Ito ho ay address kay Mayor Eric, pero sabi ho ni Mayor, saka ko lang ho ng oras, ay diretso na daw ho sa atin. Kinuha nila dito ay ito ho nilalaman pala ng sulat. Greetings of peace. We are writing to humbly request for your support and commemoration of the liberation of Lipa City, Batangas, dated 29 March 1945, in reference to calendar of national and local commemorations and others veteran-related events. Hoping that you may allow us, the Philippine Veterans Office, Field Service Office in Lipa City, Batangas, together with the local Post Veterans Federation of the Philippines, in the samahan ng mga retired at active survivors at iba pa sa RANCO to collaborate with your own good office for the continuous celebration of the commemorative event every 29th of March annually that gives importance to the heroic deeds of our veterans and to ensure that the veterans' heroism is never forgotten. If there is an ordinary city resolution concerning the local commemorative event, we wish to secure a copy for our office. Ito ay, Madam Chair, itong PIBAW ay sila ho ay nag-research at sa kanilang pag-research ay ito daw hong March 29, 1945 na kung saan ho ay ito ho ang nagkaroon ho sa Lipa ng kung saan na-liberate ho ang city of Lipa against the Japanese colonization during that time. At gusto ho nila na dito sa Lipa magdaos ho tayo ng event para ho sa pag-alaala ng ating mga bayaning Lipeño noong panahon ho ng digmaan laban sa mga Hapon. Kaya, Madam Chair, sila sumulat dito. Basta ganun ho ay, tayo daw ho ay, sa ngayon, wala pa daw ho tayong ganito. Kaya, sabi ko nga ho, ay dalhin sa atin at ng atin hong mapag-aralan. Please refer to the proper committee, Madam Chair.
Matter brought up is referred to the Committee on Cultural and Historical Affairs.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other privilege? We now proceed with the reading of the minutes of the preceding session and approval of the same. Honorable Attorney Gali Angeles is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I respectfully move to dispense with the reading of the February 12, 2025 regular session and the approval of the same.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Cosos Umali Silva. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With respect to the minutes of the February 20, 2025 special session, I respectfully move that it be deferred as the same is not yet available.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Silva Umali Cosos. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Proposed ordinances and resolutions for second reading. Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Madam Chair, I move that we adopt committee report on Committee on Budget, the approval of the annual budget of the following SK Barangay Fernando, 416-734, Malagunlong 540-689, Tipakan 662-994, Talisay 935-065, Barangay 11 313-821, Tangub 596-777, and Balintawak. Huwag kaya muna ito. Sige. Kay AA to eh. Pangaw pala si AA. 2,899,169.50. Be adopted, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading. Oral Committee Report, Honorable Gossos is recognized.
Madam Chair, oral committee report po ng Committee on Land Use. Reclassification request from residential to commercial use of Mr. Juan Martin Magsanok with an area of 500 square meters located po at Barangay Bagong Puok. Reclassification request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Christian Marasigan Marave with an area of 240 square meters located po at Barangay Lumbang. Reclassification request from agricultural to residential use of Mrs. Eugenia P. Abrenica with an area of 259 square meters located at Barangay Banay-Banay. Reclassification request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Joseph Y. Ang with an area of 800 square meters located at Barangay Analulabak. Reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Ms. Faylene Reyes with an area of 900 square meters located at Barangay Sampaguita. Reclassification request from agricultural to institutional use of Ms. Marjorie Macuse with an area of 3,074 square meters located po at Barangay Kayumanggi. Reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Ms. Sheila C. Di Maano with an area of 300 square meters located po at Barangay Dagatan. Reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Ms. Leonides Lasin with an area of 100 square meters located at Barangay San Jose. Reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Mr. Anthony Ranyola with an area of 219 square meters located at Barangay San Jose. Reclassification request from agricultural to commercial use of Mrs. Maria Luz P. Mercado with an area of 700 square meters located po at Barangay Quezon. Request for special use permit of Ms. Maria Luz Mercado for their proposed resort located po at Barangay Quezon. And letter of the Honorable City Mayor Eric B. Africa addressed to Honorable Sangguniang members through Presiding Officer Honorable City Vice Mayor Camille Angeline M. Lopez requesting the August body for the passage of a resolution endorsing the property of Mr. and Mrs. Lorenzo Cu located at Barangay Marawoy, Lipa City to the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. And the same be approved for second reading, Madam Chair.
Seconded by Honorable Silva. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Meron pa po.
Oral committee report po.
Meron.
Sige po, please go ahead po.
Madam Chair, with the permission po ng chairman po ng Barangay Affairs, yung pong barangay motion po to approve for second reading the Barangay or Tax Ordinance number 1 series of 2024 entitled Amending Barangay Tax Ordinance number 1S 2023 Section 5C.1 and 2 and Section 6A and B of Ordinance number 2023-01 imposing taxes, fees and charges pursuant to the provision of the Local Government Code and providing penalties for the violation thereof ng Barangay Pangaw.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Loho Silva Umali Manalo Toledo. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading.
And Madam Chair, motion din po to approve for second reading Ordinance number 1 series of 2023 entitled General Revenue Code of Barangay Santo Toribio, Lipa City. Motion to approve for second reading, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading.
And lastly po, Madam Chair, sa committee naman po ng Education, motion to approve for second reading, Madam Chair, the request of the City Mayor Eric Africa, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang members and through the Presiding Officer, Honorable City Vice Mayor Camille Angeline M. Lopez, requesting for a resolution authorizing him to enter into a memorandum of agreement with DepEd Schools Division of Lipa for the establishment of additional expansion offering of junior high school curriculum of the Lipa Sports Academy, and the letter of the Honorable City Mayor Eric B. Africa addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang members through the Presiding Officers, Honorable City Vice Mayor Camille Angeline M. Lopez, endorsing the request of Mr. Leo Atienza, Assistant School Principal 2, noted by Felizardo O. Bolaños, CESO 5, for a resolution supporting the expansion of Lipa Sports Academy to offer junior high school, grade 7 to 10 curriculum, including its existing senior high school curriculum with sports track and arts and design track. Motion
Any
for second
second?
reading, Madam Chair.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Umali Silva. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Silva is recognized.
Madam Chair, with respect to the Chairman of Committee on Housing and Land Utilization, Madam Chair, with regard to the request of Dr. Danilo Vergara and Margaret Gladys Vergara regarding their property located at Barangay Antipolo, Madam Chair, requesting for the special use permit for the proposed three-story building as Airbnb and lying-in clinic for the ground floor. Madam Chair, Please, I move for the approval of this oral report, Madam Chair.
Any second? I'm declaring a recess.
Yes.
Session resumes.
Kasi, ito yung una.
Madam,
Sige.
kasi ang inilagay po natin dito ay commercial use. Inaprubahan po natin kasi hindi po natin alam. Sa pag-aakala ng itatayo po niya dito ay mga paupahan o kaya pangnegosyo na hindi po parang hotel na bed and breakfast. Ngayon, ito pong ating area, 200 square meters, napakaliit po nito para maging Airbnb. Airbnb nga. Air. Hindi ko alam yan eh. Para po maging ganun. Paano ho magiging convenient sa mga taong gustong pumunta doon kung ito ho yung lugar? Wala man lang hong amenities, Madam Chair. Walang parking, walang garden, walang amenities. So, ang mangyayari po dito, parang short time na motel din to. Tapos, isasama po natin sa lying in. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng mabubuntis sa taas, sa baba na magpapaanak. Namatawa si Doc eh. Parang pinapromote na ho agad natin yung lying in. 2 in 1. So, Madam Chair, I will move for the approval. I will go for the approval of the lying in, but the Airbnb, it's not appropriate to be kasama nung lying in.
Madam Chair, okay na. Madam Chair, based on the letter from the CPDO, ay sila ho ang nagsabi kay Dr. Danny na ikuha ng special use permit. Dahil ang lying in yata, hindi na ho yata kinukuha ng special use permit. Kaya, ito nga ho, inaprubahan natin yung resolution for ordinance classifying his property. Kaya nga ho, nung sabihin ho na magtatayo nga ho sila doon ng lying it, tapos siya nakalagay ng unay hotel, ay pinapag-request sila ng special use permit. Walang SUP yung lying in.
Kaya nga po, ibig ko sabihin, Madam Chair, okay na po yung lying in.
Naka-repair na any hotel, pinapalta ko lang suna. Arihoy nung una,
so wala sa system, dapat i-privilege mo na yan.
Arihoy pinapaltan.
Para ma-repair.
Pinapaltan ho, dahil nung una, ang request nila, wala ito baga. Ang request nila nung una ay hotel. Nakita namin ni Social Junjun, bakit hotel? So sabi ng chairman, ay paltan ng request. So pinapaltan ng request. Ginawang Airbnb. Ay, di nag-committee hearing na. Oo. Nag-committee hearing na noon pa. Oo. Ay, di pinagbahan sa sorry naman ho, tagali pa naman ho, magiging retirement kung laan ng tao.
Wala naman pong problema yung kahit taga saan, Madam Chair. Ang problema lang, yun hong venue na pagtalagyan ho natin ng air ay hindi ho tugma sa lugar.
Hindi. Siguro ganito, Madam Chair.
Kasi bakit ho,
if ever,
bakit hindi pa diretsahin tayo na ito ay motel kaysa air? Hindi naman ho amenities niya pang air.
B&B.
Hindi naman yun ang amenities niya. Magpunta ka ng Tagaytay, tinan mo yung mga ano doon, napakalaki. Kumpara mo dito.
Parang bahay. Parang paupahan lang, gayon. Hindi ka,
ay, hindi ho ito bahay
alam mo niyo,
Kasi
Madam Chair.
may kwarto-kwarto.
Ang akin yung kita dito, Madam Chair, ganito. Let us approve at lagyan natin ng provision na magko-comply sila doon sa sinasabi ho ng engineering department. Kung tayo naman ho, may mga ordinansa na guided naman ho ang engineering office pagdating po sa mga ganitong klaseng istruktura. Kaya siguro ho, kung alam ho ng engineering na ito ho ay hindi akma, ay siguro ho ay pwedeng ibalik natin or pwedeng i-revoke natin ang atin itong gagawing resolution o ordinance dito. Ang mahalaga dito, Madam Chair, ay ito naman ho, Madam Chair, ito ho ay magsasubmit pa ho ng mga plano sa engineering at pipirmahan po ng mayor. Kaya tingnan natin, if ever the wisdom of the engineering department and the mayor at hindi talaga akma, ay siguro sila na ang magdi-disapprove. Ngayon tayo, nakikiusap naman yung tao na ito ho isa sa requirement lamang. Itong resolution natin. We approve the ordinance or classifying the property, pero ang kinakailangan nga ho ay kumita sila. So, paano kikita? So, ginawa ho nila, yung 200 square meter na halip na nakatiwangwang, ay pagkikitaan nila. At yun ho nakita nila na po pwede ho. Dahil yung hotel, sa kita ho ng chairman dati, parang hindi ho rin akma ang hotel. Kaya ho, ginawa nila, yung BNB parang, kaya siguro sa akin ho, walang masama na aprobahan natin. Then if ever na, sala ho ang istruktura, sala ang design, sala ang engineering works, palagay ko ang engineering naman ay mas matalino when it comes to earthwork. Sa mga earthwork, Kaya, sa akin tingin, wala man yung masama.
Madam Chair, kung ito ho ay Airbnb, palagay ko, hindi na ho ito kailangan kumuha ng special use permit. Kasi, ang Airbnb ho, ito ay bahay. Bahay ho ito bahay na pauupahan mo. So, para po siyang apartment type. So, hindi na po niya kailangan kumuha ng special use permit kung Airbnb ang ipatatayo niya. Pero kung gagawin niya talaga itong motel, talagang kailangan po niya kumuha ng SUP. Pero Madam Chair, ba't gayo pang antayin matapos na kami bago aprubahan na rin?
Madam Chair, with due respect to Kusya Labyon, Madam Chair,
March, April, May,
30
June.
seconds recess ha.
4 months na lang.
Tatanong ko lang kung ito ng Airbnb kasama sa ating SUP. Ha? Ano?
Marlo, yung kino-consider yan na resort kung may swimming pool.
Wala naman.
Pero wala swimming pool yan So, para sa akin, hindi kailangan ikuha yan ng SUP.
So, siguro,
babaksak lang yan, parang apartment So, dapat dyan, reclassification lang from commercial to residential.
Siguro,
So,
pinakamaganda, resolution informing the planning office na there's no need to mag-request ng special use permit. Dahil ang planning office, sila po ang nagsabi na ikuha ito ng special use permit.
Madam Chair,
siguro, inform nila natin.
Wala naman po sa ordinance ng special use permit yung Airbnb. Normally lamang po, kaya po nila nire-require na kumuha ng special use permit yung nagtatayo ng Airbnb. Kasi po ito po ay bahay na may swimming pool. So, ikinakount po nila ito sa resort na which is included po dun po sa ordinance ng special use permit. So, ito naman pong pinapaprobahan ni Consel Merlo Silva, wala po siyang swimming pool. Lying in po yung, lying in or liar you? Lying in ay nasa baba at yung daw pong taas, second floor, ay mga papaupahan pong kwarto. So, kung wala naman pong swimming pool, Madam Chair, hindi po siya, para sa akin, hindi po siya kailangan bigyan ng special use permit. Kailangan lamang pong i-reclassify yung property as commercial.
It's already reclassified.
Ayun naman po pala, kung reclassified na po yung property.
But it happened that yung planning office ay sinuggest na kumuha ng special use permit. So, I think the resolution na pwede natin ay resolution informing the CPD
Madam Chair,
na hindi ito included.
sabi ho ni Madam Chair, para ho maliwanag, pagpaumanhin ho ni Consel Marlo,
okay lang yun.
ako'y binulungan ng chairman ng land use. Baka daw po pwedeng pa-defer muna, Madam Chair, patawag niyo po ang CPDO nang sa ganun ay maliwanagan kung bakit po nila pinapakuha ito ng SUP, maliwanag sa ordinansa natin na hindi na po ito kailangan kumuha ng SUP.
Bakit pa ipatatawag intindihin natin na hindi nga kasama? Eh di ating ibalik lang sa kanila na resolution hoy. I-inform namin na hindi ito kasama, huwag na inyong pakunin yung mga
kasi baka ho kaya nila pinakukuha ng SUP ay nakita ng CPDO na ito yung paggagamitan, yung purpose nung pong Airbnb. So kaya ho pinakuha niya, hindi pala to Airbnb talaga, ito yung motel, kaya pinakuha ho nila. So Madam Chair, I move for the deferment of the committee report.
Are you amenable po?
Ay tayo lang recess?
Hindi po.
Hindi. Okay. Please refer back to the committee. So, babalik na ulit sa iyo. Sige. Okay. I'm amenable to the motion of Honorable Abior for the deferment of this committee report.
Any second? Any second po for
By
the
law,
deferment? Duly seconded. Discussion,
Allowing
objection,
Mr. Uli.
hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Honorable Angeles is recognized.
Ito na lang muna ng lakap. Itong ID. Thank you, Madam Chair. I respectfully move for the approval of the oral committee report for the request of the acting police chief Rick Supremo Villarreal through his letter January 29, 2024 for the issuance of resolutions updating resolution number 316 and resolution number 317 as contained in his letter addressed to this Honorable Vice Mayor for second reading.
Seconded by Honorable Silva. Discussion. Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Madam Chair, may we request the proponent to guide us on the two requests, on the two resolutions being requested to be amended, Madam Chair. Gawa nang wala lang po kaming kopya para lang po alam namin kung ano yung Madam Chair. Pwede ka po kaming mahingi.
Sige po. The request of the Police Lieutenant Colonel Rick Supremo, the Acting Chief of Police, contained in his letter January 29, 2024. This is about the updating of resolution number 316, adopting localized anti-criminality campaign action plan or the LACAP on drug clearing operation, and also the updating of resolution number 317 for the creation of Community Mobilization Project, CMP, assessment committee composed of the Chief of Police as a chairman and the CLGOO, MLGOO as co-chairman, the City Councilor who is the chairman of the committee and Peace and Order as member, and the ABC President as member also. Madam Chair, we have already issued resolutions number 316 and 317 covering the said request. the proponent is only requesting for an updated resolution containing the same provision. It's only that the said resolution shall contain a resolution duly signed by the incumbent Vice Mayor as well as the councilors, Madam Chair.
So ano lang,
Gusto lang nila mapalitan yung mga members.
sige.
Pero walang babaguhin.
Okay po. Pero Madam Chair, may tanong lang po ako na isa. Ito pong Community Mobilization Project o project for a Calabarzon, Lipa City Police Station. Madam Chair, this is... O ba ako pala nag-second?
Ito. Don't contradict yourself.
Hindi ko alam ang pinag-secondan ko. Pasensyahan nyo na. Madam Chair, nakalagay po dito, the Police Community Affairs Division of Project for a Calabarzon mandated all to create assessment committee that will make a validation of the barangay certified as to have already undertaken mobilization. May we note, ano po ang ibig sabihin noon, Madam Chair? To create assessment committee that will make a validation of the barangay certified as to have already undertaking mobilization, Madam Chair. Hindi, okay na yung una. Itong pangalawa, bagong...
Parang reissuance lang natin ang dating resolution yan, Councilor Abior. Bagong resolution lang yan. We have already issued that before, no? I'm not really familiar with that.
Kaya lang po, Madam Chair, kaya po ako nabahala, hindi man nabahala, gusto ko lang pong magtanong. Narinig ko po dito sa isang resolution, yun pong assessment committee. Ang chairperson po ay ang chief of police. So, halimbawa, Madam Chair, tapos members, ang chairman, ang konsehal ng Committee on Peace and Order, ABC President as member. So, very awkward naman po na
mas mataas
civilian, uniform personnel ang chairman. Dapat po ay civilian lagi ang ating gawin chairman. Para po, Madam Chair, may check and balance tayo doon sa ginagawa ng kung ano man po ito. Kaya tinatanong ko, ano po yung ibig sabihin ng assessment committee, Madam Chair? Kasi nung ito po inaprubahan namin, hindi po yata na hindi ko po alam kung bakit ito naaprubahan second. Pero wala po kasing attachment kung anong ibig sabihin ng assessment committee. Ano po yung i-assess nila? Okay na po yung una.
Kung ang gawin natin is gusto mo palitan natin ang chairman. Kasi
mas amenable po ako doon, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Because it would be not it is not proper na gagawin nating chairman ay yung police dahil alam naman po natin, Madam Chair, na ang trabaho ng police is enforcement.
Baka kasi sila ang merong mas capable of assessing. And then syempre kung mga drug related mga drug related activities, they are the proper agency or the proper office to assess on whether or not yung drug problems within the barangay is yung malala. So that would be a confirmation with the barangay captain headed by the ABC. And of course, yung pong sanggunian would only be like monitoring for purposes of creating appropriate ordinances to battle the war on drugs. So that is just my thought that they are spearheading that committee because they are the proper agency to assess. Kasi may proper tools sila to make such assessment.
Why do we need to create an assessment committee if the police themselves can have all the records of all yun pong mga sinasabi ninyo na problema sa barangay to clear yung pong why do we need to create the assessment committee, Madam Chair?
Precisely for the said purpose na sinabi nyo na kailangan may check and balance. Hindi lang si pulis ang nakakaalam kung anong problema dyan. That the sanggunian as well as the barangay captain are also aware of what the police men are doing and how they address the battle on drugs. But at any point, Madam Chair, I am amenable to the proposal of Councilor Abior if we will make the civilian as the head of the said committee. So, I have no problem with that. I'll just have to ask with the other members kung ano po masasabi nila.
Tatanong lang ako kay Giselle Gali, who created that assessment committee?
Hindi, supposedly tayo.
Kaya tayo nag-create nito?
Tayo na, to that resolution 317.
Bakit?
Tayo nag-create niyan. Ang i-reissue lang natin. Reissuance lang tayo.
The said committee shall be composed. Nasaan yung creation noon? May konta dyan, may resolution o ordinansa creating that committee?
Teka, 2019 kasi yan.
Yes,
I was a new councilor then for the composition. We'd like to ask from the records division
for the creation of that committee.
If we have an ordinance creating such a body. And then through that resolution, we only appointed the members of that committee. So we respectfully ask if we can inquire from the records division of the existence of the said ordinance.
So, I move for a 1 minute recess.
Okay.
I'm declaring a recess.
Tinatanong, who created?
Session resumes. Honorable Silva, yes, is recognized.
Madam Chair, with regard to the committee report of Honorable Macala, he requested me to
sorry, Attorney Angeles is recognized. Sorry.
Sige. Ano mo na lang, mag-propose ka na lang for amendment. Tapos mag-ano lang ako ng ano.
Okay. Madam Chair, with regard to the request of the PNP, anong number? On section...
Hindi, sa whereas clause.
Whereas clause, please, I move for the... Amendment by deleting that whereas.
Clause.
As
15 out of 15 barangays.
As read by the Honorable Gali Angeles.
Okay.
Any second?
Seconded by...
Seconded.
Reiterate ko na lang yung mga amendment, no?
Okay, please.
Okay. The proponent is amenable to the deletion of the whereas clause containing that 15 out of the city's 72 barangays have already been declared as drug-cleared. We are amenable for the deletion of the said whereas provision.
Wala na.
Any second?
Ayun. Kasi mo ba?
Seconded by Honorable Umali. Discussion, objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Okay na.
Thank you,
Madam Chair.
Honorable
Madam Chair,
Silva.
with regard to the request of Honorable Aras Macala, for the reason na birthday lang ko niya ngayon, ay, kanyang committee report in a committee on mass media, Madam Chair. Request of the Mayor for the passage of a resolution authorizing the Mayor to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Asian Vision for complementary internet services in exchange for advertising space on the city's lead wall, Madam Chair. Ito ay sa Office of the Mayor ho ay pre-internet. Ito naman in return naman ho ay nahingi naman itong Asian Vision na yun ang kanilang ma-advertise ho. Yung kanilang produkto at yung kanilang kumpanya, Madam Chair. Bali wala ho. na para lamang bibigyan natin ng mayor ng authority para pumasok ho sa Memorandum of Agreement with Asian Vision. Asian Vision yung sa internet, lalagyan nila ng pre-internet ang Office of the Mayor. Tawagin si Bakala. I move for the approval of this oral committee report, Madam Chair.
Any second?
King! Kuya King! Ayun! Ay, natutulog ang aking partner eh.
Seconded by Honorable Umali. Discussion. Objection. Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Ako'y nagtataka, Madam Chair.
Honorable Toledo is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I would like to ask the August body for the approval of my oral committee report regarding with my privileged speech 2024-01811. Ito po yung privileged speech na mag-create po ng isang ordinance na kung saan po meron po tayong isang ordinansa para po sa pag-accredit ng mga civil society organizations since wala po tayo noon, Madam Chair, titled An Ordinance for Comprehensive Accreditation of Civil Society Organizations in the City of Lipa, Madam Chair, for the second reading, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion. Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Madam Chair, I would like to ask the proponent Section 11. Responsibilities of the DILG City Director, Madam Chair. Cause the immediate and widest dissemination of this ordinance. Mobilize additional staff support where necessary and upon the request of the local authorities with emphasis on accreditation processes, and 3, cause the provision of technical assistance to strengthen the participation of the CSO in the local government unit. Madam Chair, bakit po yung Section 11 ay ibinigay po natin sa DILG, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, based po kasi sa atin pong memorandum of memorandum circular po ng DILG, Madam Chair. Sila po talaga yung gawa ng People's Organization Guidelines. That's why, Madam Chair, sila rin po yung nagkakaroon ng mandate. Doon po sa ating mga CSO, kaya rin po tayo nakabuo po ng CSO dito po sa Sangguniang Panlungsod, Madam Chair.
CSO is defined as
civil society organizations, Madam Chair.
What in particular is that mandate of the DILG, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, yun pong ating Memorandum Circular number 2013-70 dated July 24, 2013 po, Madam Chair. Wait lang, Madam Chair. Kukuha lang po ako ng kopya, Madam Chair.
Kasi, Madam Chair, para po malaman yung tanong ko, dinidiktahan po natin ng isang national agency. And that is the DILG, Madam Chair. We are, on our ordinance, we are mandating the DILG that these are the functions of the DILG in this particular ordinance. So it's a national agency.
Madam Chair, upon looking the copy po, I would like to ask the good gentleman po, Madam Chair, what is his recommendation for this matter po?
Sabi po kanina ni Consejala Spy, Madam Chair, ang DILG naglabas ng memorandum para po ito ang maging guidance ng LGU doon po sa monitoring ng mga civil society organization. Therefore, Madam Chair, I am suggesting that we make an ordinance based on the guidelines of the DILG, but hindi po natin didiktahan ang DILG. So tayo po ay ilo-localize po natin yung kanilang memorandum circular na ginawa. Yun po magiging basehan natin ng memorandum circular nila. Pero hindi po natin bibigyan ng duties and functions ng DILG dahil may sarili po silang mandato. At maliwanag po yung mandato ng DILG, Madam Chair. So nagbaba sila ng memo, gawin po natin yung memo based on their guidelines, pero hindi po natin sila pwedeng diktahan. Dahil maliwanag na po yun eh. Kahit wala pong memo, kahit wala pong ordinansa, ito na po yung kanilang trabaho, kaya nga po sila ang nagbaba ng memo. Doon po sa Section 9, Monitoring and Reporting, again, we have here the members ng Monitoring and Reporting Committee. Who will be the head of the Monitoring Committee, Madam Chair? We have here the DILG Director, Secretary of the Sangguniang, City Planning, CSO Board of Director.
To answer that question, Madam Chair, the head would be the City Planning Development Officer po.
Oh, okay po, sige.
With regards to Section 11, Madam Chair, I am amenable to remove the Section 11 pertaining to the responsibilities of the DILG po.
Second question, Madam Chair. What would happen if civil society was not accredited or hindi po sila nag-submit ng letter for accreditation sa Sangguniang Panglungsod, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, we are just encouraging all the NGOs or people's organization na magpa-accredit po sa atin dito po sa Sangguniang Panglungsod. And wala naman po, Madam Chair, because the purpose of the accreditation, Madam Chair, is to know and to have a partner with the active CSO accredited po, Madam Chair, while the other CSO or people's organization na hindi po accredited ay, syempre, Madam Chair, hindi lang po natin sila agad-agad may imbita or hindi lang po sila makakasama doon sa atin pong local special body po, Madam Chair. With the programs and projects po. Kasi, Madam Chair, if I may, yun pong iba po kasi nating CSO na kasali po sa local special body po, Madam Chair, kasali po sila doon sa mga meetings po ng ating city planning when it comes to creating a program and projects po. Also, they are doing the check and balance kung saan po talaga napupunta yung ating po mga government funds. And kung nai-implement din po ito, Madam Chair. So that is the benefit of the civil society organizations na who are accredited po, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, this ordinance laid out different provisions of law as legal basis. For example, Section 34 of Republic Act 7160, Article 2, Section 23 of the 1987 Constitution, Department of Interior and Local Government Memorandum Circular 2013-70, dated July 24, 2013. So, under the whereas provision, we itemized or enumerate the different legal basis for this ordinance. So,
Yes, Madam Chair.
if the main purpose of the ordinance was to merely encourage, sayang po yung mga legal basis natin sa creation ng ordinance, Madam Chair. So, kaya po natanong ko, considering that this is a comprehensive accreditation of civil society organizations in the city of Lipa, what are the consequences or if one civil society will not submit itself for accreditation, Madam Chair? So, ibig sabihin, hindi po ito sapilitan, hindi po ito mandatory. Ano ngayon ang magiging advantage ng mga nagpa-accredit sa mga hindi nagpa-accredit?
Madam Chair, kasi po, based po doon sa meetings po with the DILG and City Planning po, hindi nga po natin mamamandate because free will po ng mga people's organization or CSO yung pagkagustuhan po nila magpa-credit sa Sangguniang Panglungsod. The benefits po, Madam Chair, ng atin po mga na-accredit is makakasali po sila doon as representative po ng local special body po. Second po is kasali din po sila sa planning ng programs and projects po ng ating city government. And third po is, of course, nauuna lamang po silang bigyan ng invitation po ng mga lahat po ng activities po dito po sa lungsod ng Lipa, Madam Chair. Wala po kasi tayong mismo talagang, kumbaga parang allotted funds na may bibigay po sa kanila. That's why, yun lamang po, lagi po natin inuulit sa mga nagpapa-credit na yun lamang po yung kanilang benefits at saka po privilege po na sila po ay na-accredit po ng sanggunian at ng local government po.
Because, Madam Chair, under the second whereas provision, Article 2, Section 23 of the 1987 Constitution states that the state shall encourage non-government, community-based sectoral organization that promote the welfare of the nation. Meaning, we encourage. And also, another provision in the Bill of Rights is the provision on the free establishment of organizations or unions, Madam Chair. So, we cannot prohibit ito pong mga na magtayo ng sarili nilang mga organisasyon.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Pero
as the years go by po, Madam Chair, since nung tayo po ang naupo as committee chairperson ng accreditation, we started from 40-something, I'm not sure with the exact number, but 40 plus CSO na who are active when it comes to all the projects and programs of our city government. And then as of the moment, Madam Chair, we gathered 97 civil society organizations who are actively supporting the local government projects and programs, Madam Chair. That's why we come up with an ordinance na comprehensive accreditation. So it would be the basis and guideline for the CSO or the accreditation committee, Madam Chair.
Maganda po yung ordinansa. Kaya lang ako ho ay paano natin sila may hikayat na magpa-accredit kung wala tayong ibibigay na
Madam Chair, I believe with the help of our committee chairperson ng appropriation, he can help the committee on accreditation if we can put a budget for the whole CSO itself kung pwede or kung kaya.
Pero Madam Chair, kaya nga po sila nagtatayo ng civil organizations o non-government organizations. Ang primary purpose nila is to help
Madam
the
Chair.
government. Now, dapat with all due respect sa kanila, sila naman po lahat ay sinusuportahan natin. Sila yung meron silang sources of income, gumagawa sila ng kanilang pamamaraan para sila ay magkapera na maitulong doon sa mga kababayan natin kung sino man ang pipiliin nilang beneficiaries na tulungan. Not different from the pera na binibigay po ng gobyerno, kaya po sila non-government organizations. Ngayon, kung sila ay bibigyan ng gobyerno, madidefeat yung purpose ng creation nila dahil aasa sila sa gobyerno. Dapat sila po independent. They are the organizations that see to it that may check and balance sa gobyerno. So, yun po yung ating worry din eh. Pangatlo na punto po natin, bakit po tayo naglagay ng indicative major activities and scheduling?
Madam Chair, based po sa guidelines po ng DILG, ito po yung mga weeks or month na kung kailan po magkakaroon ng inventory and call for accreditation and mismong accreditation. We added up the celebration of CSO Week and participation during the Lipa Foundation, Madam Chair, because that is the one way of saying po sa ating mga CSO na we recognize yung help po nila when it comes to community projects po nila, Madam Chair. Dahil alam naman po natin pag hindi lahat kaya ng isang tao lang, kundi tulong-tulong po, Madam Chair. And yun po yung mga nangyayari po sa atin, kagaya po noong sa Lipeño Heights natin, Madam Chair.
Katulad po halimbawa ng inventory of CSO, 2nd and 4th week of July. So every year, ng 2nd and 4th week of July, 2nd to 4th week of July, magkakaroon tayo ng inventory of CSO. Call for accreditation. So, 1st to 3rd week of August, tayo po ay mag-accredit.
Yun po ay para po ma-refer sa atin pong committee for committee hearing po. Ito po, Madam Chair, ay every 3 years po. Hindi po siya yearly po, Madam Chair.
Pero wala po nakalagay dito na every...
meron po, Madam Chair.
Saan?
Nasa...
Para sa akin po, hindi na dapat natin ito ilagay, yung inventory of CSO, call for accreditation, and accreditation proper celebration of CSO Week. Ang ilagay na lang po natin dito ay kung meron silang, kung magde-declare tayo ng CSO Week, lagay po natin, ang linggong ito ay dinideclare natin as Civil Society Week in the City of Lipa. Tapos, ilagay po natin dito na magpa-participate sila sa Foundation Day. Pero yung inventory and call for accreditation, kailangan ito po ay call na. Ibig sabihin, desisyon na ng monitoring and reporting committee kung kailan nila gustong mag-inventory o makipag-communicate sa mga civil society organizations. Kasi kung ilalagay po natin dito ito, hindi na po ito pwede mabago. Hindi po magiging flexible. Yun pong monitoring and reporting committee ng binuo natin dito sa CSO. Kailangan maging flexible yung committee. They will decide on their own, Madam Chair. No. And why is it that the chairman of the committee on accreditation, not a member noon pong monitoring and reporting committee?
Noted on that, Madam Chair. I am amenable removing the inventory of CSOs, Madam Chair, and the schedules po, Madam Chair. And also, Madam Chair, yes, Madam Chair, I forgot the committee on accreditation itself because on my mind, Madam Chair, I am also part of the CSO Board of Director po kasi.
Sige po. And balik po tayo sa 7. The Sangguniang Panlungsod shall have jurisdiction over appeals from those which applied but were not accredited. The appeal shall be made within 15 days from the receipt of this approval. What would be the grounds for a civil society organization or an NGO be denied for accreditation as referred to in this ordinance, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, for example, if the said organization ay dalawa po ang representation, kagaya na lamang po, Madam Chair, ng yung CCW po ngayon, Madam Chair. So, dalawa po kasi yung ginagamit or naggamit na pangalan po, pero magkaiba po sila ng representation, Madam Chair. So, kaya po, yun po yung isa sa mga pwedeng grounds. And also, kapag hindi po nila na-complete yung mga requirements, Madam Chair. That would be the discretion of the Sangguniang Panglungsod and the CSO board po.
Madam Chair, that should be part of the ordinance. The grounds for denial for accreditation, yun po dapat ang nasa ordinansa. Yung grounds para ma-deny siya so that we will be guided accordingly which one should be denied. Yun po dapat ang ilagay natin dito.
Noted, Madam Chair. I will update the ordinance itself po for the grounds on denial of accreditation, Madam Chair.
Yun lang naman po.
I would like to thank Consel Abior for the insights, Madam Chair, regarding the ordinance itself.
Any other discussions po? Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the second reading. Thank you. We now proceed with the business for the day.
Business for the day, number 1, letter of the City Mayor requesting for a resolution supporting and endorsing to the Secretary of DENR through its Environmental Management Bureau, Calabarzon Region, the designation of Malaking Ilog System Water Quality Management Area.
Refer to the Committee on Environment.
Number 2, letter of the City Mayor requesting for a resolution supporting and endorsing to the Secretary of DENR through its Environment Management Bureau, Calabarzon Region, the creation of its Environment Management Bureau, the creation of its governing board.
Refer to the Committee on Environment.
Number 3 to number 7, reclassification requests of various owners for various properties located at different barangays in the city of Lipa.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
Number 8, letter of Barangay Malagonlong Secretary Mary Jane R. Pasahol, noted by the Punong Barangay Honorable Serafio C. Lebrea, forwarding a copy of Barangay Ordinansa bilang 001 Serie 2024 entitled Isang Ordinansa ang pinagtibay ng Sangguniang Barangay ng Barangay Malagonlong, lungsod ng Lipan na ipinagbabawal ang paggala ng mga alagang aso sa barangay sa labas ng bakuran ng may-ari.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 9, letter of Barangay Malagonlong Secretary forwarding a copy of Barangay Ordinansa bilang 002 Serie 2024 entitled Isang ordinansa na nagbabawal ng mga sasakyan na maiingay o open pipe.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 10, letter of the Barangay Malagonlong Secretary forwarding a copy of Barangay Ordinansa bilang 003 Serie 2024 or isang ordinansa na bawal magkalat o no littering.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 11, letter of Barangay Malagonlong Secretary forwarding a copy of Barangay Ordinansa bilang 004 Serie 2024 o isang ordinansa na bawal magsilab o no garbage burning.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 12, letter of Barangay Malagonlong Secretary forwarding Barangay Ordinansa bilang 005 Serie 2024 o isang ordinansa na bawal magtapon ng basura sa kung saan o no illegal dumping of garbage.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 13, letter of Barangay Malagonlong Secretary forwarding a copy of Barangay Ordinansa bilang 006 Serie 2024 o isang ordinansa na bawal magpagalagala sa labas ng tahanan ng mga menor de edad pagkalipas ng ika-10 ng gabi o curfew for minors.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 14, letter of Barangay Malagonlong Secretary forwarding a copy of Barangay Ordinansa bilang 007 Serye 2024 o isang ordinansa na bawal ang lagpas sa nakatakdang oras 10 o'clock p.m. regular occasion and gathering, 12 o'clock midnight, special occasion and gathering, once a year celebration na pagkakaroon ng malakas na kantahan o videoke curfew hours.
Refer to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
Number 15, Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Batangas Resolution Number 009, Year 2024, approving Ordinance Number 2024-14 of the City of Lipa.
Noted.
Number 16, Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Batangas Resolution Number 10, Year 2024, approving Resolution Number 444 of the City of Lipa.
Noted.
Number 17, Annual Budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay San Jose.
Refer to the Committee on APRO.
Number 18, Annual Budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay San Isidro.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 19, Annual Budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay San Carlos.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 20, Annual Budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Tres.
Refer to the Committee on Appropriations. Resolutions and ordinances for the third and final reading. Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Madam Chair, I move that we pass a resolution approving the annual budget of the following SK: Fernando, Malagunlong, Tipacan, Talisay, Barangay 11, Tangob, Balintawak. The same be considered as approved for third and final reading and exempt from the three-reading principle.
Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, Manalo, Loho, Lina, Angeles, Ronquillo, seconded by Honorable Umali Toledo. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Honorable Gozos is recognized.
Madam Chair, I would like to request that we approve for third and final reading the oral committee report on housing from 1 to 12.
Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, seconded by Honorable Umali, Loho, Rocafort. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Madam Chair, yung pong item number 6, yung po kasi gagawin pong monasteryo ng mga madre. So please include na lamang po na exempted po sila sa reclassification fees.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you po, Madam Chair.
Honorable... Okay, please go ahead.
Madam Chair, I would like to request that we approve for third and final reading the oral committee report on the Committee on Education from item number 1 and 2.
Any second? Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, seconded by Honorable Gozos and Lina. Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
And lastly po, Madam Chair, with the permission po ng Chairman ng Barangay Affairs, I would like to request that we approve for third and final reading the committee report on Barangay Affairs of item number 1 and 2.
Any second? Seconded by Honorable Umali, Rocafort, and jointly moved by Honorable Silva. Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Silva is recognized.
With regard to the oral report I rendered a while ago, Madam Chair, for final reading, I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the Mayor Eric B. Africa to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Asian Vision for complementary internet services in exchange for advertising space on the city's LED wall for third and final reading.
Seconded by Honorable Rocafort Loho. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Honorable Silva, yung iba pa po yung meron pa ba? Wala na. Wala na. Okay. Honorable Angeles is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I respectfully move for the passage of a resolution for third and final reading regarding the letter of Police Lieutenant Colonel Rick Supremo Villarreal for the updating of the LACAP resolutions number 316 and resolution number 317 as amended.
Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, seconded by Honorable Rocafort, Manalo. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Toledo is recognized.
Madam Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance for comprehensive accreditation of civil society organizations in the city of Lipa with amendments for the third and final reading, Madam Chair.
Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, Manalo, Loho, Ronquillo, Angeles, seconded by Honorable Umali, Morada, Lina, Rocafort. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Other matters, Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Madam Chair, please refer to the Committee on Budget, the annual budget of the following SK, San Guillermo, Barangay 4, and Barangay 9E.
Referred to the Committee on Appropriations. Any other matters? Honorable Loho is recognized.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Meron po tayong katatanggap lang na sulat galing sa ating mayor requesting the August body for the passage of an ordinance promulgating guidelines for the implementation of the PhilHealth Consulta package in the primary healthcare facilities of Lipa City. Please refer na lang po sa proper committee.
Refer to the Committee on Health.
Likewise, I move for the urgency of the said matter.
Seconded by Honorable Silva. Discussion. Honorable Silva is recognized.
Okay.
For the enlightenment of the body, I'd like to request the Honorable Doctor to explain the content of the ordinance.
Yung primary health, PhilHealth Consulta package po is being mandated to us by the PhilHealth Circular implementing at this consultation, sulit at tama package which aims to expand primary care benefits to cover all Filipinos as mandated by the Universal Healthcare and enable access to primary care by adopting a responsive financing mechanism for the delivery of quality primary care and services and commodities. So yung po mga outpatient consultations sa ating mga rural health units po ay babayaran na rin po ng PhilHealth through the Universal Healthcare. Even the laboratories na i-request ng ating mga primary healthcare physicians, yan po ay babayaran na rin po ng PhilHealth sa ating city government. And based po sa presentation kanina sa local health board, per patient po ay babayaran ng PhilHealth ng 1,700 per patient. Kailangan lang po ma-register geographically ang mga pasyente sa bawat district at ma-enroll po ang ating mga especially ang ating mga senior citizens, PWDs, and solo parents para ma-avail po natin itong PhilHealth Consulta package. Yung registration po, napag-usapan po kanina, supposedly, dapat po talaga ang mga tao ang pupunta sa atin for registration or sa PhilHealth. Pero they will be adopting as ordered by the mayor during sa distribution, meron na po mga taga-City Health Office na pupunta ron para mag-register po ng ating mga senior citizens, PWD, and solo parents. And other than that, kung hindi po makakapunta doon sa distribution, pwede po sa ating City Health Office ang registration at pwede rin po naman sa PhilHealth.
Honorable Rocafort is recognized.
Ito po ba lahat? Lahat ng senior, lahat ng PWD, lahat po ba ay i-register?
Sana po, yun po sana ang aim ng PhilHealth na ma-cover all Filipinos, especially the senior citizens, PWD, and
na
solo
hindi pa
parents.
po, na wala pa pong PhilHealth ang i-cover natin.
Hindi, kasi ngayon, ang mandate po ngayon, all Filipinos, dapat lahat po may PhilHealth na. So yung po walang PhilHealth will be provided PhilHealth by the Community Affairs Office.
Madam Chair, pagka nagparehistro ka ng PhilHealth, ito po ba ay magbabayad sila monthly o hindi na, may laman na yon. Kasi may mga, katulad po na may mga trabaho, may mga naghuhulog sila. Pag sila may trabaho, salary deduction. Minsan naman, pag wala kang trabaho, may mga voluntary na naghuhulog ng PhilHealth. Sila po, yun pong mga sinasabi dito, ano po?
Kaya po, una po yung mga senior, kasi ang senior citizens, once na-reach po talaga nila yung age ng senior, automatic PhilHealth member na po sila without wala po silang binabayaran.
Automatic na po yun.
Yung mga senior citizens po.
So, kailangan pa rin sila magparehistro?
Yes po, kailangan po sila magparehistro. Kasi kailangan po nila ng database para meron po silang list ng copy ng mga pasyente na na-check up po ng ating City Health Office.
Madam Chair, kaya ho itong gawin ng City Health Office kasi ang dami ho ng pinag-uusapan nating tao. Hindi ho ba pwedeng, kasi may listahan naman ho tayo ng mga senior, kung ilan yun, may listahan tayo ng PWD, may records tayo. Meron ho kompleto. Tapos, sa bigayan, doon ho tayo magdadala ng tao para doon magparehistro yung mga senior, PWD.
Yes po, ganun po.
Siksikan na ho yun. Nagmimigay tayo, may rehistrohan na nangyayari dito. Sobrang siksikan ho yun. Bakit hindi pa puntahan na lamang ang mga yan?
Pwede rin naman po, pwede naman ano na po natin sa City Health Office yun. Kaya lang nasuggest po ni Mayor kasi ito ang, my first local quarter distribution yata. Po pwedeng doon na po gawin yung initial registration. Pero continuous naman po ang registration ng ating City Health Office.
Kaguluho yan. Habang namimigay, habang nagsasalita ang mga kasama ko, nagpaparehistro ang mga susko, kaguluho yan. Dapat ho ay may sistema. At hindi ho sila isabay dun sa namimigay.
Pwede po.
Para po sa akin.
Yes po.
Dahil ito naman po sa PhilHealth.
I think kanina po sa local health board, nag-request din po City Health Office ng additional manpower para lang po dito, which okay naman po ang mayor. For
ito po ay saan magkukonsulta?
Sa mga ating po mga health centers, sa ating mga rural health units.
Pero hindi po kasama ang private?
Kung mag-enroll po ang private hospital sa consulta package. Pero as of now, sa LIPA po, wala pa hong private hospital na nag-enroll sa consulta package.
So, ito po ay sa mga public lang?
Nga po.
Health centers?
Yes po.
Halimbawa po, doktor ako ng City Health Office. May nagpakonsulta sa akin. Supposedly libre yun. Ngayon, may bayad na. Pero PhilHealth ang magbabayad.
Yes po.
Saan po papasok yung ibabayad sa atin ng konsulta package?
All prescribed fees shall be paid to the City Treasurer's Office and shall be remitted to the city's general funds.
So, ang magbabayad po nun ay PhilHealth?
Yes po.
Diretso na po sa City Treasurer?
Opo.
Ano po ang magiging basehan na ito yung babayaran ng PhilHealth sa atin? Yung gaano kadami, magkano yung papasok sa ating pera?
Yun po ay ang City Health Office po ang magagawa ng transmittal na isasubmit po nila sa PhilHealth. Para di po pagka nako-confine, ang hospital po gumagawa ng transmittal ng claims, tapos sinasubmit po sa PhilHealth yun.
May presyo po yun?
Opo.
Enumerated yung presyo. Halimbawa, pag check up ito, pag ito.
Even laboratories and medicines.
Parang parang may Sunod po, paano po natin ma-identify sa budget? Ito yung kinita natin sa consulta package. Kung diretso sa general fund ang baksak.
Nako, hindi ko na.
Dapat po ay palagay ko, Madam Chair, para po maglagay sila ng trust fund dito. Tapos, i-convert na lang po nila sa general fund para lang po maliwanag
po dito,
magkano yung kinita natin dito.
Nakalagay lang po dito, the city government shall maintain a trust fund account for each accredited primary care facility.
Yun na po, Madam Chair. tama ang aking hula. Kailangan po may trust fund. Hindi
Yes,
po pwedeng diretso to sa general fund. Sige po, Madam Chair. Pero dapat create na rin natin yung trust fund. Once na, hindi pala, kailangan mo na magpirmahan po ng kontrata. Pag nagpirmahan na po ng kontrata, saka sila mag-request para sa creation ng trust fund.
Okay. Naku, yan.
Madam Chair, I'd like to ask, is it a continuous registration of members?
Yes po, dire-diretso.
Dahil ko kasi, ako'y nag-aalala rin, dahil yung nangyayari ho sa senior citizen. Sabi nga ho sa batas, basta't hindi ka noon, pag hindi ka beneficiary ng SSS, GSS, kung ano man, na yung ikaw'y pensionado, membro ka, kailangan nangyayari ay hindi ho lahat ay naiisama sa listahan. Paano ho yun? If ever, nagkaroon tayo ng massive information dissemination and massive registration. Pagkatapos ba ganoon, ano ang mangyayari sa mga na magiging newly member? Halimbawa, ako, edad 59 na ngayon. Pag ako'y nag-60, hindi, kunwari lang. Pag ako'y nag-60, at siyempre, gusto ko ma-avail yan, diga? At which is favorable to the city government dahil pagdami ng nagpaparehistro ay pagdami ng pondo na manggagaling sa PhilHealth. Tama. Ibig sabihin, paano yung pagpaparehistro? Yung bagaho ay may certain na sa barangay dahil may mga senior citizen ho na hindi ho kuminsan naaabot. Yun ang naging problema. May mga beneficiaries na hindi ho naaabot. Kaya ho nangyayari, bagsak uli sa atin ang problema. Ano ang gagawing sistema kaya?
Usually, ideally ho, dapat talaga sa PhilHealth nagre-register. Pero yung ibang cities nga ang ginagawa ho, doon sa kanilang mga rural health units, po pwede na po mag-register doon o kaya sa kanilang mga city health office, po pwede rin po sila mag-register. Ngayon, we could adapt pwede naman tayo mag-adapt po ng system na po pwedeng tayo mismo ang pupunta doon sa, o ang city health office mismo pupunta doon sa mga senior citizen para i-register po sila through the PhilHealth system.
Massive information
campaign kailangan lang.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Madam Chair, I'd like to... I would like to request for the passage of an ordinance promulgating guidelines for the implementation of the PhilHealth Consulta package in the primary health care facilities of Lipa City for third and final reading and exempting from the 3 reading principles.
Jointly moved by Honorable Silva, seconded by Honorable Umali Lina. Objection, hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Any other matters? Honorable Toledo is recognized.
Madam Chair, naalala ko lamang po yung atin pong resolution para po kay PNP Chief Rix Villarreal nung sa hostage. Yun nga ba yun? Ikaw na.
Ano bang gagawin natin resolution? Recognizing and commending. Madam Chair, with regard to the privilege speech I rendered a while ago, a week ago, I move for the urgency of that subject matter, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. Discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for urgency.
Giving recommendation, the Chief of Police. I move for the passage of a resolution recognizing and commending Lieutenant Colonel Rix Villarreal for his heroic action during the hostage taking happened at SM Mall, Lipa, yung date na lang, last week, for the final reading. Yun na.
Jointly moved by Honorable Ronquillo, Angeles, Gozos, Lina, Morada, Loho. Seconded by Honorable Umali Manalo Rocafort Bautista.
I would like to thank
Objection.
Konsehal Espay.
Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved for the third and final reading. Any other matters? Any second? Duly seconded. Session is now adjourned.